Hello there, and thanks so much for joining me for another tutorial. I'm Erin Eno, and today we're going to be practicing mindfulness through watercolor painting. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and to see more videos like this, please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Now grab your paints and let's get started. Today I'm using my Artisto Watercolor Sketchbook. It is 140 pound, but it is a cellulose paper. It's not 100% cotton. We're not doing a lot of blends and bleeds on this, so it's very easily done on a cellulose paper. I have my Royal Talens Van Gogh paints in my palette, jar of water and a paper towel. I have two brushes on hand. I have a Princeton Neptune in a size 4 round, and I have a Princeton Snap in a size 2 round. I'm going to try to just get away with just using my size 4 strictly. Hopefully it's fine enough that I don't have a problem with that. So I don't know, if you don't know what mindfulness is, it means being fully submerged in what's going on around you, or aware of your surroundings and not being distracted. It's kind of like being fully focused on something, and it's great for relieving anxiety, stress, and even pain management. So watercolor and creating art in general is a good way to practice mindfulness, but sometimes you even lose that kind of, getting lost in painting. If you're worried about, where am I going to place this flower? Should I put one here? Should I put one there? What color should this one be? So this is a good exercise. It's kind of repetitive, and you can just kind of focus on your brush strokes and the movement of the brush. And doing something like this is a great way to practice mindfulness. And I thought we'd give this a go, and I would show you how we can do this with a simple flowering vine. So I just have a mix of kind of a dusty, rosy, burgundy color in my palette. It's just left over from something else I did. So just mix up your, whatever color you want for your flowers. I suggest something light for this because it's kind of, light and peaceful painting. And I'm just going to start by just doing simple flowers all over your page, okay? Just, 4 or 5 petal flowers. Nothing detailed. You're just putting petals down, and you're going to put them all over your page. You're not going to worry about where they're going, what looks balanced, what doesn't. You're not worrying about blending or bleeding, because you can see I'm not going in and adding more color. I'm just strictly putting these flowers down. So you can just get lost in this in itself, because you're just repeating, putting little delicate, dainty flowers all over your page. There's only one thing you can kind of keep in mind, and that is that you might want to put in the odd little single bud like that, or maybe do a little flower kind of on its side here and there. Okay, just like that. And you're just going to repeat this all over your page and just kind of get lost in it, and just focus on your petals and your brush movements. This isn't really mindfulness for me because I'm doing the video, but when you do it yourself, you can just totally get lost in this and just keep putting flowers all over your page. You're just repeating. And you're just going to focus on, like I say, the brush strokes, these little petals just kind of forming your flowers, and you just kind of get lost in this. And if you're worried about it getting like too detailed, too busy, don't. Just don't worry about it. Just put down flowers and just keep going until you've got them all over your page. Don't worry about direction. Don't worry about balance. You're just kind of filling your page, not fully. Put a little bud over here. And I think that's plenty. Maybe pop one in here. Okay, so you're not thinking about composition, you're just putting flowers all over your page. And like I say, just get lost in it. Don't think about it too much. Okay, so once you have your flowers down, we're going to start putting the green vine in. So I've just got a mixture of sap green and olive green. That's my favorite mix for a green. And I'm hoping my hand is steady enough and that I've got a light enough touch tonight that I can just continue this with this one brush. So we'll see in a minute. So what you're going to do is now just put stems everywhere, and it's just going to join all these flowers up. So I'm going to start with one stem at the bottom, just lightly, and just go slow. I didn't want that to happen. And then you're just going to branch off and start going to all these flowers, just like that. Just with the slightest touch. A nice thin line. And you can have stems coming off of each stem. That doesn't make sense. You can have a stem, one main stem like this, and then branch that off to another stem, to another flower, like that. And you're just going to repeat this until every flower is attached to a stem. And it's a vine, so it can wave. It can wave around and have some movement to it. And there's no right or wrong as to where the flowers are coming out of. And don't worry about it if you screw it up. So like I say, I'm kind of talking through this, so it's not really mindful at this point for me, but when you do it, it will be. And just kind of get lost in it. And don't worry about, where they come out of, because it's all going to come together in the end. It's all going to kind of jive and make sense. Okay, so you don't have to worry specifically about, where the vines are coming from and leading to. I don't want you to worry about that. So now we're going to go in and put in some kind of curly vines coming off of these stems. And you can put them wherever you want. And like I say, you're just going to get lost in this. And just focus on your brush movement. And just think about, what's going on your page rather than, trying to worry about the composition, color, because we're just, using minimal color. Okay, so we've got a few of those in, and now I'm going to put some leaves in. We can go in and put a few more curlies in after, and you can alternate from, curly things to leaves. You're just going to get lost in it. Okay, so now we'll just start putting some leaves in. Nothing fancy. Just a couple of two-stroke two-stroke leaves. It's almost like doodle art. So if you've had a hard day and you just kind of want to chill and relax, and you don't want to have to really, worry about composition and is it going to look good, and this is strictly just kind of me time and putting paint on paper. Only instead of listening to me jabber through the whole thing, it's going to be peaceful when you do it on your own. And that's what the mindfulness is all about. Just getting away from, the distractions and stresses of your day. And at the end, you can end up with something that's going to be, maybe a nice pretty backdrop for a card or something. Okay, so don't get too involved, just simple leaves like so. You can even put leaves, that are actually on top of the flowers if you want. That's why I chose like a lighter color, because I didn't want to have to worry about, hiding leaves behind petals and stuff. So it's best to pick a light color for your flowers. That way you don't have to worry about anything else. Just put some leaves down here. And you're just going to keep going with this. Maybe we'll put a little stem of leaves down here. Painting itself, like I say, is very relaxing. And you probably have times that you're painting and you just kind of get lost in it. And that's what this is, and that's what mindfulness is. Okay, you're just getting lost and being fully aware of what you're doing and not worrying about the distractions that you have in your life or distractions that are going on around you. You're just kind of caught up in what's going on, just on your paper with your brush and your paints. I don't know, like a few of you may know that I have back issues, and I have times that are really hard to paint, and sometimes I'll just sit down and just kind of paint nothing. And then I realize that, I haven't even been thinking about the pain. And that's kind of like art therapy for pain management. So if you have pain issues, this can be good as well. And anxiety issues, it just kind of takes you away for a little while, which is a good thing. And you can stop whenever you want to stop. Maybe we'll do let's do another curly one here. And I'm not worried that my brush strokes aren't perfect. I'm just kind of enjoying the process. That's what it's all about. So I'm going to leave it at this because I think you understand what's going on here, and you can just kind of get as involved as you want. There's one more step that I'm going to do to just brighten this up a little bit. And it's simple as well, because that's what this is all about. And I'm just going to go back into that mixture, and we're just going to glaze over the flowers that we have on here. Okay. Now, anything you do with this little vine exercise is just going to be simple. No stress, and just try to focus on what's going on in your painting. Okay, so you're going to do this the same way. You're just going to focus on your brush strokes and go slow. I'm going a little fast because it's a video, of course. But when you do this, just sit down and take your time and really enjoy what's happening on your paper. You can also put some music on when you do something like this. I don't want to fast forward this because I don't want to kind of, defeat the purpose of the video here. So I'm just kind of talking through it so you can kind of understand what this is supposed to do and what you're supposed to get out of it. So it's really a no stress painting, like I say, because you're not really worried about the final outcome. I actually think you'll probably be pleased with the outcome because you have no expectations and you're just painting little dainty flowers. Pick a soft, light color, like I say, for the flowers, a color that you like. One that's going to look good when it's glazed over with this second layer, like I'm doing now. And just, when you do it, go a little slower than I'm doing right now and really kind of get lost in it. And then another last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the green. That's the other thing that kind of simplifies this, is I'm only using 2 colors. Okay, so you don't have to worry about, mixing a lot of colors and are the colors going to go together okay. It's just a simple little vine. I've just picked a green and a pink, and that's it. And there you go. That's a little practice in mindfulness with just a pretty little flowering vine. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and that you found it helpful. And I really hope you'll give it a try. This is quite a nice exercise if you just want to de-stress and unwind and get your mind off things. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for joining me and supporting my channel as always. Take care, and I will see you next time.